Hey everyone, it's Ace from Ace of Spades Tarot. I welcome you back to this new channel, and I'm truly grateful for all who are joining in the collective energy of these readings. If you are new, which I'm guessing most of you are, please do subscribe to the channel, like, share, with friends. Feel free to comment respectfully, and if what I say resonates, please hit the like button. Of course, as it is a general collective reading, not a personal reading. These readings will not resonate for every person, so please take from it only what relates to your own situation and leave the rest. So this series will be focused on intimate relationships, partnerships, most likely romantic, but also can apply to any close personal or business relationships, family, friends, etc. And they can apply this reading can apply to anyone who has Libra prominently in their natal chart, in their major planets. I'm personally focusing mostly on those with their Venus, Moon, and Mars in Libra, as these planets have to do with how we love, our emotions, and how we take actions, respectively. If you do not know how to find out your natal chart information, or would like to delve deeper, or interested in a private reading, my email will be in the description box below, so please feel free to email me for further information. So, okay, Libra, let's get started with your, what I'm labeling mid-April to mid-May love and intimate partnership readings. Reminder, time is fluid, so despite the labeling, my hope is that whenever this reading finds you, trust that it is meant to find you, at that time. And also a reminder that gender in tarot is also fluid, so please do not assign gender roles for any of the characters depicted on the keys, as we all have both masculine and feminine energy within. And so, adjust your perspective of the reading to however it most resonates with you, and or any energy that might be directly involved with you or impacting your situation. Okay, so that being said, let's get kind of an overall feel of the energy here. For Libra, please, Spirit. Energy for Libra, and for the relationships, close personal relationships. Energy for Libra, and whoever is on Libra's mind the most. These cards have been pre-shuffled. I'm just doing a little extra shuffling on camera. General relationships, close relationships for Libra. Okay. Let's see. Page of Pentacles, concrete ideas. Let's get one more. Thank you. The Nine of Pentacles, independence. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. And to go along with this, let's see what other energies we can pick up from the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal deck. An energy for Libra, please. Can I get an energy for a card for Libra's energy in the current relationship that is most on their mind? A card for card energy that is most on Libra's mind, relationship, please. 2 cards wanted to come out. The Crow and the Beaver. Can we get one more? Perhaps for the energy of the person that is most on Libra's mind. Energy that is the person most on Libra's mind, please. Too many, thank you. The energy most on Libra's mind. Just one card, please, for the energy of the person most on Libra's mind, please. Card the energy of the person most on Libra's mind, please. And, sorry, this is rabbit. Okay, interesting. It's interesting that the eagle is at the bottom of the deck, because I also saw the Phoenix card as I was shuffling. And the eagle and the crow spirit, it really speaks of, you know, seeing the bigger picture, right? You know, to me, this is kind of, you know, fire. It's air energy, but it's very fiery with this sun, and the crow is air energy as well. Libra, you are an air sign, but the crow is much more, whereas the eagle is much more masculine and yang energy. The crow is much more yin and feminine energy. You know, and you are one of those signs that's dually ruled, right? You know, you're a sign of Venus, despite being an air sign. You know, you share that with Taurus. So then you have, you know, the beaver, which is water, but to me it's also very much earth, because, you know, beavers, they build dams out of the wood for, you know, for their homes, and they're worker bees, right? Kind of like that Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who has amassed a fortune by working hard. And the Page of Pentacles, it's concrete ideas. It's you know, it's solid, you know, offerings. And then the rabbit for your person's energy, you know, that's earth energy, but rabbits are often scared, right? They're very, I mean, it's funny because, you know, you can think of rabbits as in kind of 2 ways. You can think of them as rabbits, they're constantly mating and procreating, right? But they're also lower down on the food chain, so they're constantly kind of a little nervous, a little wary, right? And so perhaps whoever the person is that's on your mind has to would benefit from focusing some work on their root chakra. I'm getting that feeling very strongly, because I think that you're kind of lofty in your ideas and your goals, and they're more worried about the minutiae and the details and the, you know, skittish. But when you come together, you can kind of be that beaver element, right? That kind of combination of elements that works with the resources that you have to build solid structures that are sustainable for the future. So let's go ahead and get a card on how Libra views themselves in terms of their role in the relationship. How does Libra view themselves, Spirit? A card on how Libra views themselves, please. Thank you. As the Three of Coins. Okay, so again, working together to build something, right? You see yourself as a team player. And most Libras I know are, you know, they're great at working with people, despite not always liking to, but they are very good at doing it. How do they view their person? How does Libra view the person that's most on their mind? How does Libra view the person that's most on their mind? Oh, too many. How does Libra view the person that's most on their mind? Please make it concise. Too many. How does Libra view the person that's most on their mind? The Hanged Man, Piscean energy. So there's that water energy back, right? You might view your person as someone who is stalling, but really they're taking their time out to become kind of more enlightened. We'll clarify it in a bit. How does Libra view the relationship, please, Spirit? How does Libra view the relationship with the person that's most on their mind? Two cards here. Queen of Swords and Temperance. Okay, so it's actually really beautiful energy. It's, Queen of Swords is, she takes no BS. And so maybe, and then Temperance is truly being balanced. And it's almost like, she wields the sword, and this ray of light is almost sword-like coming up from the balance that he has. And so I think there's an honesty that you both have with each other, which is good, which makes for really wonderful teamwork. That's beautiful to see. Because I have to say, a lot of the readings have been a bit, heavier. And this seems a bit more light, this energy. How does Libra, the person most on Libra's mind, view Libra, please? How does the person most on Libra's mind view Libra? Concise, please, Spirit. Thank you. Five of Pentacles. Maybe you're in separation from this person. This is a card of being. First, it's to me, it's kind of the spiritual impoverishment card. But it's also, and as many readers will say, it's being the feeling left out in the cold card. But to me, this seems very windy, and I'm picking up on the clouds and the kind of, the mysterious hands that are kind of grasping at this woman. And, it's this Three of Pentacles card. It's kind of like, it's almost mirroring this Five of Pentacles image, right? That's above. So maybe they feel like you sometimes keep them at a mental distance, or a mentally emotional distance. I'm sorry, this is how Libra views themselves. Well, maybe it's not supposed to be. Maybe there was a reason that I put that there. I asked how Libra viewed their person, so let's put this here. How does Libra view themselves? So sorry, sometimes that happens. How does Libra view themselves in terms of this? How does Libra's person view themselves in terms of this relationship? I can feel Mercury retrograde already in that shadow period. How does Libra's person view themselves? Thank you. Two of Swords and the Four of Cups. So it's like having to make a decision, right? Having to make a decision and still maybe not being over something from the past. And you have this Three of Pentacles, and they have this kind of the Four of Cups, but the Three of Cups are really in the forefront here. And then in the mind, having to make a decision, it's It's really interesting. It feels very cerebral energy, and that's possibly why they feel like they can't get into, perhaps your person is a water sign or an earth sign, and they feel like they can't quite reach you on a level. There's always something that we keep hidden, right, for ourselves, or we keep to ourselves, a piece of us that we keep to ourselves. But they might feel like it's getting to a point where, they might have to be making a decision, and you see them as stalling, but they're trying to say, let me in, let me in to your thoughts, to your mind. Don't keep me at this kind of both mental and emotional distance. And how do they view the relationship with Libra? Thank you. The Ten of Swords. Oof. So, and I mean, Ten of Swords is actually Sun and Gemini energy. It's interesting because, in this Ten of Swords, it's almost like the Ten of Swords in reverse, right? She's being kind of lifted up by these swords. But I think there's a lot going on mentally in this relationship that maybe needs to be addressed. And about, you view your person as kind of this Queen of Swords, right? But also your balance. But perhaps it's putting a weight on them where they feel like, this Ten of Swords is a, it's keeping them from drowning, but it's also draining them, if you will. But at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Wands, which is victory, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful card of victory. Let's clarify a bit here. Six of Cups. So, Six of Cups is really like the soulmate. You see yourself as a partner to get with, you see yourself as part of a team, which is very much what we talked about with the Beaver energy, the Three of Pentacles, the collaborative energy, but your person might feel a bit alone. How do they see themselves? Can you clarify why do we have the Two of Swords here? Why do we have the Two of Swords? There's the Two of Swords here, Spirit. Queen of Cups. Yeah, they want to offer you. They want to offer you more emotion, more love. They see themselves as someone who can offer that, and you see it as that it's already happening. But I think that there's something missing for them. Why do we have the Hangman? Is how Libra views their person. Clarify the Hanged Man, please, Spirit. Clarify the Hanged Man, please. Clarify the Hanged Man. Clarify the Hanged Man, please, Spirit. Thank you. Five of Wands. Yeah, so you can see that there's an internal struggle going on with them. And look at this, this sacral, this solar plexus colored ribbon around this, these wands. It's very, very much the color of these pentacles here, and the blue ribbons that are kind of being cast at her from these invisible hands. It's like the communication. So there's you can see this happening, but you see it as something within them, or they see it as something outside of them that they can't reach, which makes that they're trying to figure out. You see them as the Hanged Man, is they're trying to figure out, to become enlightened, to figure out why they feel this way. Why is the Five of Pentacles for how Libra views their person? Thank you. The Hierophant. So this could be, this could be a business partnership. Again, like we talked about, the beaver, it works in collaboration, in the Three of Pentacles, and it could be a business partnership that we're talking about. But the Hierophant is also kind of the card of, it's a card of contracts, it's a card of marriage, and kind of holds the key to higher wisdom. So and that's two fives. Fives are all about change, right? So they know that something, they view you as something needing to change so that the relationship can evolve. And I think you view the same. You view them in the same way, but I think it comes down to understanding where each is coming from. You might be two very different people who love each other, or who work well together as partners, or your best friend, or whoever this is, but you're not it's like you're not reading each other's love languages. So again, okay, we have the Ace of Swords for how to clarify this Queen of Swords and Temperance. And again, look at this Ace of Swords, right? Has that root chakra energy, which is, that pink that we see in the rabbit here. But it's also the pink here, and we see this sword against this ray of light in the Temperance that looks very much like a sword. So, you see the relationship transform. I think it's either transforming or about to transform into something that's truth really gives it. Eight of Pentacles for them. So, just working away at whatever this, they kind of just keep working. They're in that beaver-like energy. They keep building, they keep thinking, okay, if I just keep working at it, then it'll come together. But I think better, because that there needs to be certain things talked about. This is a lot of swords for how you both see the relationship. And I don't see this person giving up on you anytime soon. Clearly clarifying the Ten of Swords, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So that's the, working diligently card, but it can only last for so long, until eventually those swords and she slides down, and that's it. So what are the strengths of the relationship with Libra and their person, please? Seven of Wands. So, okay. Again, we have that, but I'm not feeling like this is. I feel like this is kind of both of you against the others. I feel like that's the strength here, right? Where when it comes down to it, it's the two of you. It's the two of you against the world, right? Let's get one more for the strength. It's why they're able to keep, working despite feeling these feelings within them of kind of something's missing or whatnot. Because when it comes down to it, you both are on the same team at the end of the day. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, working together, communicating. So that's beautiful to see. Beautiful. And what are the weaknesses? What are the weaknesses of the relationship, please, Spirit? Card for the weaknesses of the relationship. Thank you. The Page of Pentacles. Interesting, which is what we first started off with. So, maybe it's about having these kind of, ideas that are lofty and great, but, that you're working towards, but without the grounding, right? It needs to be that kind of the earth energy, that grounding energy for them to flourish. And so maybe it's about, kind of mapping out, what do we really see for ourselves in the future? Where do we see ourselves in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years? What do we want for our lives? Like, it's time to really get down to this kind of nitty gritty. And, you know, unfortunately, that's something that we all have to do in life. Can I get one more, please, for the weaknesses? One more for the weaknesses. Thank you. Justice, and that's your card, Libra, right? You are the scales. You are justice. And, you know, in ancient Egypt, where you know, in order to go on to the afterlife, you know, you could only pass on if your heart was lighter than an ostrich feather. And here the scales are balanced. But it is also a heart versus mind kind of decision, right? Is you know, and they're kind of at a standstill, like that Two of Swords, like that, you know, making some choices that, and talking about the future practically, so that the heart and the mind are balanced out. Maybe sometimes it's too practical, and that's where the emotion gets lost. And, you know, that's maybe where your person feels like there's something missing, like everything is too balanced out, and you know, you see this this balanced Six of Cups, and, you know, they see this kind of Four of Cups of confusion, and this trying to become enlightened, but not quite feeling, you know, and everything seems very cerebral, but you know, I can't help but notice a lack of kind of emotion on the board. But you make a great team. There's no doubt about that. And this person isn't going anywhere. You know, they love you, and but don't let them try to figure everything out on their own. You know, perhaps you both need to sit down and figure out where things are lacking in the relationship. What's a final? Thank you. Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, no one's walking away from this, right? No one's walking away. The cups are just kind of being stacked until they start to spill. But no one's walking away, because this relationship serves both of you. You know, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. That's beautiful. You know, that's beautiful energy. And seahorses, they mate for life, right? So this is clearly, whether it's a business relationship or a romantic relationship, this is something that's meant to be, absolutely. It's just about finding how to find what's missing and communicate. Magic is the final card here, the final oracle card from the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. It's card number 31. 31 breaks down to a 4. 4 is all about, you know, our roots and our stability. All that purple, you know, that crown chakra activity. And it's true, because we have all these swords, right? A lot of cerebral activity, but the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So, you know, it's about having that faith in each other, which I think you both have, and about believing in each other's magic, you know, so that no one ever feels like they're having to make a decision or left out in the cold. And it's about making sure, you know, your eyes are open to where your partner might be feeling, you know, the burdens, or vice versa. You know, take it as it resonates for you. You know, feeling the burdens of where things are missing, and how to regain, you know, maintain that balance, but also make sure that it's, you know, the scales don't tip too heavily one side or the other. And expressing that emotion, because magic really comes from emotion and our feelings, right? It's got to be a feeling. You can't just think something. You have to feel it. So that's what I have for you. Libra, thank you so much again for joining me. Again, please subscribe, like, share, comment. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Ciao for now. Namaste.